Did you see this movie I'm about to talk about?
Which one is it?
It's Talk to Me.
No, I have not.
You
So
did
talk
not?
to me because I haven't. I know about it,
Uh-huh.
and I know the two. They're brothers, right? The people who made this film, A24. I know they were YouTubers prior to actually making this film.
They were, yeah.
So I know the journey it took for them to actually make something insane.
Absolutely.
Right? So they were YouTubers to begin with.
Yeah, totally. RackaRacka.
Correct. Yep.
Yep. And they were I grew up on them. They were like one of the first YouTube channels I ever watched was RackRacka because they just have some of the craziest like stunts in their films. They had like really crazy production value for YouTube at the time.
Yeah.
Like they were breaking through walls. They had fire going. They were exploding stuff. Like they had production value for like YouTube at the time for sure.
Yeah.
So they were kind of ahead of their time. And they've been grinding. They just keep making videos. You know, they've just been honing their skills and their storytelling. And I mean, they've been quiet on YouTube, and I kind of thought they, kind of disappeared a little bit, but they were busy and they were making an amazing horror movie. I gotta say, bro. And Talk to Me was good, bro. It was so good. Like, so me, Mackenzie, and Carter went and saw it.
Okay. Shout out
to everyone,
everybody.
But we went and saw it, and I was honestly a little nervous going to see it because it had been hyped up as like this really like pretty just disturbing film. It's really disturbing. It's really really scary film.
And I know you're really into A24. So you already had that expectation of this being an A24 film.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And more so I was just like, it's Danny and Michael are the brothers, the twins.
Yeah.
And they just have the funniest like dynamic when it comes to just interviews and stuff. They're very like off each other. Like they just got this crazy energy, bro. So I can only imagine what the set must have been like.
Probably crazy.
It must have been crazy.
Energetic.
But the fact that they can channel that energy that they have and into organizing and like putting people where they need and making this film that they did is just awesome to me, and it's so inspiring. Like, so shout out those guys.
So
Danny
shout
and
out to
Michael.
them. I'm just like curious as how they came into contact with A24 and how all this came to be. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, so they were doing a festival run, and I think A24 saw it and picked it up and started distributing it.
I see. Okay.
So they had made the film, and then it got picked up to get distributed by A24.
Dope.
Yeah, dude.
That's dope.
It's
Okay,
super
sick,
dope.
sick.
It's awesome. Their film got funded. They're Australian.
Yeah.
So their film got funded by just like an Australian film.
Yeah.
They have. I think they have better like pots of money for. I don't know. It was something like that where it was a fund kind of thing.
Yeah.
For filmmakers.
Yeah.
And they had submitted their script and story, and they were approved to have it be made. And they killed it, dude. They absolutely killed it. It has like a lot of these like things from horror movies that you see a lot that kind of, I guess, I don't want to say cliche, but kind of cliche, like stuff you would expect in a horror movie.
Like what?
So like possession, there's possession. So how the story goes is there's this hand, and it's like an artifact. Yeah, it's a hand that you just shake it and you're like, talk to me, and then you just get like possessed from it. Yeah, so it's this artifact that these teenagers have. These teenagers picked it up somehow. They got it through someone, but they kind of treat it like a drug. It's like they kind of like they bring it to parties. Okay. They bring groups together. They're like,
you want to do some hand?
Yeah, exactly. yeah. And they invite freaking spirits into their body as their freaking, their drug. So
yeah.
So that is like, they would get together. They'd be like, hey, we have the hand. You guys want to do, you guys want to talk to me tonight?
Yeah. Okay.
You guys want to play talk to me tonight?
That's crazy.
No, it wasn't like that. But it was kind of like that. It wasn't, I'm making it sound cheesy. It wasn't. It was really like the way it unfolded, because that sounds cliche, it sounds cheesy, but they didn't. It was like there was this one party scene where they bring the hand and there's just this music going in the background. The way it like cuts to them all having this like good time, like getting possessed, is just so like, you've never seen anything like it. You've never seen a possession scene done like that. You know what I mean? So they just were really creative in the way they told it. And, I just gotta say it all like unfolds, and I don't want to spoil it because I really want people to see it. I think if you're a horror movie fan, you should see this movie for sure. And it just unfolds and comes to this perfect like bow at the end. Like it's like that. It's that punch that so many horror movies try to hit. They're like to wrap up their movie, you're like, this would be the perfect ending. To me, this was like the perfect ending.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
it was like a perfect ending to this
okay.
movie, and
interesting.
So it was disturbing and it was scary. And they just did a good job. I heard they're the type they're like I said, they're kind of like, they got a lot of crazy energy and stuff. They're a little
quirky.
Yeah, they're
for sure.
Yeah, they're fun guys for sure. So I heard they like would write scenes and then they'd like go really far and be like, oh, we got to kind of take it back. Like they'd write too far and then like kind of tone it back.
Yeah,
and that's where they kind of made the sweet spot of a movie. And dude, yeah, I just really got to shout out RackaRacka, Danny and Michael. I hope I don't butcher their name, but I believe it's Filippo.
Okay.
And dude, they made an awesome movie, and I think they really set something in motion for YouTubers, a goal that YouTubers can really like see now. Like I don't feel like that path was there to be a feature film made as a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I feel like they've really put into motion what you can accomplish just honing your craft, making what you want, and then translating it into something that can also be very profitable and make you a lot of money and make a theater run.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's good that you mentioned that, like, because obviously I feel like there's a stigma when it comes to being a YouTuber or a content creator. I feel like sometimes you don't get taken seriously, right? Especially not to the point where you actually make a feature film like this one and it does amazing, right? And it's cool. I mean, like, I've seen different podcasts where they actually do go on interviews, like for example, like Impossible, let's say. I don't know if you know, like Logan Paul and Mike and all them, like they had them on and they were definitely talking about like having the experience of being a YouTuber, honing your craft, and like you mentioned, like getting to the point where you make something spectacular. Like you shouldn't be scared just because you are a content creator or you're a YouTuber. Like, you're professional at what you do, you are creative, and then you just hone your craft and then get to the point where you just make a project that it kind of encapsulates what you've been doing, kind of.
Exactly. Exactly.
So the fact that they were able to pull it off, like I definitely got to watch it. Like the fact that I haven't seen it sucks.
No,
I'm sad.
It's all right. Spooky time's coming up.
Exactly. So I definitely gotta buy it and watch it. But where would you rank this? Let's take scary films from the past year, maybe year and a half, right? Where does this one land? Because I don't know if we've had the best run for horror films recently within the past year.
I would say in the last 3 to 5 years. I mean, I can't think of when Hereditary came out, but I would say since Hereditary is my favorite horror movie that I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because we have films that we watch like Barbarian or like The Menu, which is a good horror film.
That was good.
And
yeah.
then, like I mean, Smile. I mean, I know like there's pieces that were bright in there and that were was good.
Yeah.
So
no, it was a solid movie. We had our quips with it, but it was solid. But yeah, I would say Talk to Me. Talk to Me is that one that you should, if in the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
My top two, Hereditary, Talk to Me, and I'll throw Malignant in there too. You should people should go see that.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. People are gonna come at me for that, but I don't care.
Why is that a hot take?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a hot take. It's not
people think it's trash.
It's not for everyone, but I think the ending is just worth watching. The movie. Worth the price of admission, honestly.
Interesting.
But yeah, dude,
that's good. Talk to Me. Okay, yeah, definitely convinced me.
Yeah, good.
So you must watch.
For sure.